Hi guys, I'm back at Locals today. New format. Cyberstorm access is legal. Friday was it? Friday or Thursday, one or two.
Last 2 days.
First Locals post Cyberstorm access. Shane won today. He's just better than me. What were your matchups? What are you playing first?
So I was playing Super Heavy Samurai with a spicy little engine as well, which I'll explain in that when I get to it.
Yep. Matchups?
So round one was Trap Tricks, and that was a draw. So still kind of getting my bearings and that with the deck and that. Round two was Cash Tira. Round three was the mirror match, so Super Heavy Samurai. And then round four was Sword Soul.
Yep. Should we get into the profile?
Yep, cool. So I'll do the main deck first, and I'll go for an explain on the new cards and that as well, or some of the main ones. So we're playing 3 Wakashi. I was having to borrow one in that today because it didn't arrive in the mail. 3 Bike, 3 Soul Piercer, and 1 Wagon. So these are all 1-card starters for your combo and that. So you end on like the ridiculous end board. So I'll explain what we do. So Wagon and that, when it's summoned in that, you can switch it to defense position, and then you can switch it back to attack position to add a Super Heavy Samurai Soul card. So in this case, you would then add Soul Piercer. So Soul Piercer is one of the main broken older cards. So this card, whenever it leaves the field, and that you can add a Super Heavy Samurai card. But it also allows you to equip in that whilst it's from hand. So the combo works, you go Wagon, equip Soul Piercer, and then link these off and make Scarecrow.
Yeah.
And it's not once per turn on the search either, so you search like 4 or 5 times and that during your combo. Bike is a level 2 tuner, but you can discard it to add a Super Heavy Samurai monster. You revive it normally during the combo and that with Excel, so it allows you to get Baron access and that very early. And then the new broken card, Wakashi, is the way everything kind of works. So Wakashi allows you to just, so you only really care about the scale, the pendulum scale effect. So in scale you can just special summon this, and then you place another Super Heavy Samurai pendulum monster in that in the other zone.
Yeah.
So you get Big Benkei, and then Big Benkei, and that allows, whilst you control Super Heavy Samurai, to add a soul. And it's a 1/8 scale, so you get full scales on that very easily. And when this is used, single material goes into the pendulum scale as well. It does a lot. Yeah, it's a very, very, very powerful card. What was Konami thinking? So yeah, we're only playing 10 starter cards and that, but it's still very consistent.
Yeah.
And then the one-offs. Of the Super Heavy Samurai cards, so we're playing 2 new ones, 2 old ones. So the new ones, so Stealthy, and that just allows you to special it, really. You just use it as an extender. The Tribute to get a Spiral Trap and that effect doesn't come up very often, but it's quite nice in that against things like Labyrinth, Trap Tricks, or even just like getting something like an Imperm or something, a generic good back row card. Or even just, you can out like an opponent's Floodgate card, and then it's just like, yeah, cool, I'm going to take your anti-spell. And then Soul Guy Booster is very similar to like Soul Piercer in that you can equip from hand. Whilst it's equipped, and then that monster becomes a tuner, and then you can just special summon it. So it becomes a level 4 extender in most scenarios, and you can use it as part of your main combo line as well. And then the 2 old ones, so Soul Peacemaker. So again, like a load of these, target a Super Heavy to equip it, and then this one in that you can tribute itself. You tribute the one that it's equipped to, which obviously send this one's to grave, and then you typically get scales.
Yeah.
Italian copy. This one has 2 effects. So it's like a Cyber Dragon effect if your opponent controls 2 or more monsters. You can special it from hand. Then when this is normal summoned or special summoned, you can target a Super Heavy Samurai in your graveyard to special summon it. So this allows you to get like more searches with the Soul Piercer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good. And then we play 2 Big Benkei. It's not even that awful to draw. Worst case scenario, because you can just like pitch it and stuff. But you need the Wakashi's effect is mandatory. to put something else in scale. So if you don't have another one, then you can't summon it.
Yeah.
So you have to play two realistically, otherwise your combo just doesn't resolve. and it's not awful to open. And then we're also playing the box with the Tunneler package, because Tunneler says draw 2, and then Regulus is another negate that you get part of your combo as well with Genius.
Yeah.
And then we are playing.
How many hand traps?
15 hand traps. Obviously, because on how this deck works, you're not allowed to use spells and traps in most scenarios. So you have to mitigate that with a lot of hand traps and that. And because you draw a lot, you draw cards as part of your combo as well. You typically want stuff in that is very live. So a lot of people play Gamma as well. I got Gamma on the side and that, but I just wanted these to all be live when doing first and second.
Yeah.
And these all just feel very good. Ogre's just very good into the mirror, like using, or into Curly as well. Droll is just incredibly good this format. Ash is just generic. Vader's just very good generic. Nib, it's decent. But yeah, so that's the non-engine on that side. But then we get to the spicy engine. Is a Mathmech package. So the end board typically on most players you get is the Appaloosa, Follow-Up, Regulus and Baron. But you can also make a rank 4 in that quite easily. So sometimes you go like Merrymaker, go into Sargass, but instead we're using the 2 level 4s in that to make a Alan Version to get Circular, which allows you to then get a Super Factorial live, because you can use Nabla to get to your diameter. So, and I love it. I really like Mathmech as well. I think it's just very, very strong. And realistically in that, though having this in graveyard does shut off a lot of things, it doesn't make a lot of difference, because by the point in that as to when, if you're resolving your full combo and you have this live, this puts so much pressure in that onto your opponent as well. And the end board just becomes a lot better into back row decks and that as well, and it makes your interrupts more less linear, so it's more difficult to play around. Just like a card that says like send free is with a negate is quite nice.
Yeah.
So that's the main deck.
When we were playing that site, it was really insane. Like,
yeah, you just like they like force out your resources and that, and it's just like, yeah, cool, Super Factorial, remove everything else.
yeah.
So extra playing 2 Scarecrow, it's so strong. Just getting things like the Soul Piece Piercer back in that, and then you just use it with this Peacemaker to remove it. And then play 1 Ballista because this searches box, and then Genius because this searches out Regulus. But he's also very good going second as well, because this can remove yeah, this allows you to just remove help out some pesky monsters and that, and then Genius is just really good into breaking monsters as well, things like Paguska as well is like really annoying. And then I'm playing an Appaloosa as well because part of our end board, and then access code to help us go second. And we're playing the Mathmech engine, so we can get into this and that really easily.
Yeah.
And then we're playing on the synchros. So XL gets you to the Baron, the main line. Baron obviously is just another very strong Omni negate, and then Savage, depending on that, on if you get interrupted at certain points, you can end on us. You get a Savage, or you can just end on a Savage in that as well, because it's generic.
Yeah.
It's silly. And then XYZ is playing Baguska, so in case you get stopped, then you can just end on Baguska. So it allows you to play around things like Shifter and that as well.
Yeah.
Because the decks that will be playing Shifter would lose to this quite hard, and then Zeus just says send everything. It's quite nice. And then the Mathmech side, yeah. Alan Bertrand is a generic rank 4. Who'd have thought? But yeah, it's just this getting circular, and then just the revive as well.
Yeah.
It's so good, and then just Laplation triple send within the gate is kind of silly. And then typically we then go on the end board. We then use Splash Mage to then make Heat Cell.
Yeah.
Because you're not actually locked into Cyberus when you do the Alan Bertrand combo, so you can. Even like if you don't go for the Heat Cell, you can just get on a Savage as well. So you can easily end on, like a Savage, Regulus, Appaloosa, Baron, and a Superfactorial.
Yeah.
Off just one card. It's you hard commit to your board, but you don't lose to things like Dark Ruler then either,
No.
which I think is very good. So on the side, I'm not showing all the side because I've got a few things I'm going to hold on to. Gamma package is very good just into like a lot of the decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gamma's just strong. I'm going to play 2 Italian C. Mostly for pure Pearly. I didn't have to bring it in today, but it was just very good. Magical Hand, because you can search this off of Genius, and it helps you out back row, and it's a tuner. It's quite a funny card. You can also search it off the box, because it's 500 attack. And then I'm playing 3 Bestials, because it helps on branded matchups, helps against Mathmech. It's very generically good against just, and good on like a lot of decks as well. And then Pank, because more back row hate. And then superheavy in that, because it helps you remove back row. Yes, you can destroy spells and traps is the reason we play it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is quite good. So, Super Heavy Samurai, Mathmech. Sounds fun.
It's fun. Yeah, people. I think there's a lot of exploration as to what super heavies can do, and I think there's a lot more that's going to be coming in the next few weeks.
All right, Shane. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for profiling your first place deck profile. Sad times it wasn't me, but congratulations,
It was a
mate.
good match.
Yeah, check out on the channel. We'll be up soon. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out my Trying to Top Pendulum Evolution, and thank you everyone, and see you at the next locals. Cheers.